For this week's TLDR, we're gonna give you something ultra useful for those of you that have smartphones, and that's pretty much 98% of the world.
I was gonna say, who are you talking to? All those people with their Blackberries?
When you come to Korea, here is a list of useful apps that are gonna help you survive and thrive in Seoul and the country.
I'm gonna start off with one that's good for people who speak Chinese, who speak English and Korean, which is the Subway app.
The most important app, you need to download it right away. It is called Jihachul, and it is free and amazing.
This is not just a simple Subway map that shows you how to get from one point to another. It goes into details.
Oh man, more detail than you even knew existed.
Okay, we love this stuff. So when we used to come from Bucheon, we'd have to transfer over a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
And when you transfer from subway line to subway line, it'll tell you which cart to get on.
Exactly. It'll say what cart and what door you can get off at, so you're closer to the stairs so you can make your transfer quicker.
Because not every station has like the front and end staircase. Some of them will like throw it in cart number 3. So you'll know exactly where to stand, which door to get off on, and you just like arrive there.
It'll tell you the time that it arrives. It'll tell you the time that you're gonna leave. It's just the perfect transportation app. I wish the rest of the world had something as awesome as this.
Yeah, now one thing I will say is that if you don't speak Korean because you're like a tourist, using the English version is okay. But I would recommend getting to know the Korean version instead, because the English names for things are not really...
Sometimes the translation or the spelling isn't the exact same.
Like the Samgakji.
Apart from the Subway app, you could also use the Bus app, which is just as awesome, just as useful.
Okay, I just opened it up here. We use this app a lot when we were living in Bucheon because it uses the different bus systems. So there's like the Seoul official buses, and then there's like the inner city buses. Yeah. So traveling between Bucheon and Seoul, we didn't want to take the subway forever. We would take the inner city buses. The problem is those buses fill up really fast. And because it has like real-time bus info, if the stop you're standing at has too many people, which will happen a lot if you're at like a famous bus stop like coming from school, you can cheat the system by going one bus stop up so that you can actually get a seat and don't get stuck standing.
Clever.
But you don't want to like leave the bus stop and then miss the bus.
No.
But you don't have to.
The app will help you out with that.
Exactly. I mean, that's not the point of the app to like get a seat, but that's what we use it for.
The next app that you must get, the most important app in all of Korea, is Kakao Talk.
Yes.
It's for Android and iOS. You just talk to everybody via Kakao. Best emoticons in the entire world.
I'm gonna send you my current favorite set, which is 2 p.m., which I don't normally buy like icons from K-pop bands.
But it's the pictures of 2 p.m. don't matter whatsoever. It's the horrendous English that's around it. Okay, let me read you some of this right now.
Ready? Go for it.
Washing. I'm washing my face and brushing my teeth. Who the f cares? Bored, give me play, I am free.
This is my favorite.
Do not, oh my god, do not be silly. Don't!
And it's not like someone being like,
no,
don't do it.
It's just all them looking like angsty and sad with ridiculous... Depressed because of...
And it's just Nikun crying.
That's it. Okay, so the point of Kakao is not to get these 2 p.m. emoticons. The point is just that like everybody uses it. It's so ingrained.
Did we explain what this was?
It's a messaging app. Kakao is the ubiquitous messaging app in Korea.
You can use it to message people. You can have group chats with people. You can do like kind of like the equivalent of FaceTime. You can send each other pictures, save a gallery.
If you're friends with people in Korea, they use Kakao. You don't have a choice. You have to use
Businesses use Kakao.
Now, if you're moving to a new country, learning languages is important as well. So we've actually been using the Hello Talk app a lot. Like a lot of our friends that do YouTube use it as well. You could use it pretty much to have like conversations with other people and brush up on your language. So you could practice Korean for people that are trying to learn English, or if you're trying to learn Korean, you could have a conversation back and forth. I'm actually really excited because I've been using it to brush up on my Polish because whenever my parents and my family speak to me, they speak to me in English because my Polish sucks. So fortunately, I'm speaking with other people on this Hello Talk app that speak to me in Polish, and I can read Polish, although very, very slowly. It's really exciting for me to be able to brush up on my language that way. So this is pretty much, you just like mention what language you want to learn and what language you speak, and it'll pair up with other people that know the language you want to learn and also like want to learn the language that you speak, and you could just start exchanging conversations back and forth that way.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, I wish I had this when we were teaching still. That would have been super helpful.
I actually find this method of learning languages a lot more useful than going to school. Some people like the school method. I can't really follow a textbook in a curriculum. I need to learn things practically according to my needs, and I find that something like this is a lot more useful for me, at least.
Yeah, but I'm going to try to brush up on Japanese.
I'm trying to teach you Polish. Ty. Chodź.
Chodź.
Dawaj.
Dawaj. Hey, chodź, dawaj.
Close.
What does it mean?
You. Here. Fast.
Why would I? So Bali Bali?
Yes.
Good timing. Give the monies. Conveniently using an app to get it here. Next up are some of our favorite food delivery apps. There is nothing quite like being super antisocial and not having to talk to anybody while having food arrive at your front door.
Yeah, pretty much you open up the app, you click on the kind of food that you want, and then it'll tell you in your area what restaurants are open, and you could order directly within the app, and it'll just come to your door and you pay for like any delivery. You don't have to pick up the phone, you don't have to talk to people, you don't have to listen to anyone, you don't have to wait for ringtones, just push buttons and food comes into your home almost directly into your mouth.
Now, what I will say is that you do have to have an understanding of Korean because it's not available in English yet. So you have to make sure you can read to fill out the form because all you have to do is put in like your email address and a password. You put in your phone number and then you put in your address. That's it. And then other than that, you don't have to redo it every single time. If you look at our Yogyo app.
Oh, pretty much all chicken.
Yes.
Because there's a really, really good chicken place right beside our home. It's not here in the studio, but by our home, it's just like they deliver to that area and it's like my favorite Korean chicken.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm like, what should we eat to? And Simon's like, already delivered chicken.
As soon as Martina goes out for a night with friends, like as soon as she closes the door, chicken.
Another quintessential app you're gonna have is a map service of some kind. And I know a lot of you will have like Apple or Google Maps.
Don't use them, they're useless here in Korea.
I mean, it works, they're just not updated. So for example, if you go onto like the Google Map service, our studio doesn't even exist.
You try to like see pictures, like the street view of our studio, it's not even built yet.
No. So what you want to use instead is Naver or Daum. It's basically like those are the Googles of Korea, can you say?
Yeah, you can say that.
But
they're the search engines of Korea.
The search engines, but they're in very strong competition with each other. I prefer Naver as a search engine search thingy bobber, but I prefer Daum when it comes to its map function.
It looks better, I think, Daum looks. But both of them provide useful information. Pick any one that you want.
I say go for Daum.
Now, there are some apps that you might not really be familiar with. It depends on what phone carrier you're with. So, for example, I'm with LG U+, and they have a little LG U+ coupon app in which, like, whenever you go to participating stores, like convenience stores or Starbucks or whatnot.
Participating stores?
Well, it's like instead of having like an old-fashioned coupon book that you cut out, you pretty much just like show them the app and they'll scan it and you'll automatically like be withdrawn like 500 won or like 2,000 won. So you save like 50 cents to $2 on all your purchases. And it's really easy to just scan it and boom, there's no problem.
If you've been to Korea before, you've definitely seen people waiting in line and then like holding their
pull
phone
it
out. And that's what's going on.
So exactly. So I've been using mine. I love it. I save money every time I go shopping.
I save money every time I go. This is not sponsored by LGU+.
Hey, LG, I need some more of them coupons. They're great. So whatever phone carrier you're with, make sure you find out what they offer. I'm pretty sure Olay offers some as well. I don't know about KT, but check them out. We're going to talk about some more apps in our blog post, including a house hunting app if you're looking to hunt a house in Korea. So make sure you click on our blog post if you want to read more about it. Also, if you want to download any of the apps that we mentioned, we're going to include the links in the info box below so you can get those as well.
So if you're currently using any of the apps we mentioned, let us know what you like about them. And if you're using other apps that we haven't mentioned, let us know which ones you prefer.
What have we missed out on?
Yeah, someone's gonna say something bad for sure. Waiting for like the porn app or something suspicious.
I don't think they have. Porn's banned in Korea, so they wouldn't make an app for it.
That would be a successful app though.
It would be. Hey, Korean entrepreneurs, make a pornography app.
No.